What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, taking a look ahead at everything that you can expect from the up and coming week. So if you want to find out more about the Witch Queen exotic teaser, what Dares of Eternity loot is in rotation this week, all the weekly rituals, and more importantly what Tess has available for Bright Dust this week, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. We are fast approaching 120,000 subscribers, and just over 70% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so be sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now to kick us off this week, we're going to take a look at the Witch Queen exotic teaser. Massive spoiler warnings here if you don't want to see anything for the Witch Queen before it launches on the 22nd of February. I've left timestamps to all the sections of This Week in Destiny down in the video description below. So either skip to the time that you see here on screen or use those links down below to skip ahead and remain spoiler free going into the DLC. Now if you're still here and want to see some spicy new exotics, let's check out the new trailer before quickly breaking it down. Now one of the first weapons we see looks very much like a Cabal slug launcher, an absolutely huge weapon dealing arc damage, and as we can see at the bottom of the screen, this has the season pass required, implying this is the seasonal exotic for season 16. Next up we get to see an amazing grenade launcher that I'm calling the Fetus Yeetus. We actually get to yeet hive worms at our enemies. What they do when we get there, we don't really see in the trailer, but it's a very unique and cool looking weapon that's only a few weeks away. Once again, we see the new exotic SMG that's also included as part of the Witch Queen that's very reminiscent of the Recluse and could be one of our first poison damage weapons. Now next up we get to see 3 versions of the glaive. There is in fact a Void, Arc and Solar version just in this trailer. Now the first one we see is the Void version, and this seems to allow us to put a Ward of Dawn down as a ranged attack. Now this is quickly followed by the Solar version that seems to allow us to put down a class ability similar to the Warlock Rift and also grants Arc Souls as part of that. And the final one is the Arc one, which looks like it delivers a Arc Wave across the ground, similar to the Wave grenade launchers. All of them are entirely unique in their own way, and I can't wait to get my hands on one. Now jumping back into This Week in Destiny, we have some new Dares of Eternity loot for week 24 of Season of the Lost. We have 2 new armor sets available. These are the Gensum Knight suit sets, which was originally available as part of the IO destination, and that's alongside the Carrier's Function suit set that was available as part of Curse of Osiris back over on Mercury. So if you're missing any of these pieces of armor for your transmog collection, make sure to jump into Dares of Eternity. These have a chance to drop from any legendary engram during the activity or upon activity completion. Now as for the weapons this week, this is from Season of Arrivals and all the Seraph weapons too. This includes the Nature of the Beasts, the Fallen Guillotine, False Promises, Temptation's Hook, Cold Denial, the Whispering Slab, Hollow Words, the Seraph Carbine, the Revolver, the CQC Shotgun, the Sidearm, the SMG, and also the Seraph Saw Machine Gun. There's a lot of great weapons on offer this week, especially if you're a big fan of Warmind cells. Now moving on to the Vault of Glass, we have a new raid challenge this week, and it can be found over at the Gatekeeper encounter. This is called Strangers in Time, and players must defeat the Praetorian and Wyvern at the same time. There's roughly a 5-second window, so you'll need to communicate and coordinate well with your team to ensure you can get that done. Now if you can get that done on the Master difficulty, you'll be able to get your hands on a new time loss weapon this week, and this is the Hazen Vengeance rocket launcher. It's one of the best rocket launchers in the game, and rocket launchers could be very strong going into Witch Queen 2. And as you know, the time loss weapons come with second perks in the 3rd and 4th column, so it gives you that god roll pretty much each and every time. So it's definitely worth getting that challenge done this week just to get your hands on one. Now moving over to the weekly rituals, we have a new legendary Shattered Realm, and this can be found over in the Ruins of Wrath. So if you're still seeking out some of the mysteries, enigmatic mysteries and anchors to get your Realmwalker seal, then make sure to head over there to get that Shattered Realm done. Now as for the Crucible Rotator this week, Showdown is back in rotation and makes a return to the Crucible, and this is alongside Trials Labs, which also returns at the weekend, including bonus Trials ranks. Now up until this point, Trials Labs has included Freelance and also Capture Zone Trials. Be sure to sound off down in the comments below which one of those you prefer, and it could be well worth jumping into Trials Labs this week to earn those bonus ranks. Now moving on from the Crucible and over to the Nightfall, we have a new Nightfall for week 24 of Season of the Lost, and this week's Nightfall can be found over at the Proving Grounds over on Nessus. Now the Proving Grounds has proved to be one of the more challenging Nightfalls in the rotation, and this week sees the return of the Palindrome as one of the weapons. Now if you do run the Nightfall on the regular difficulty, the Palindrome does have a chance to drop, but if you're seeking out the Adept version, then you'll need to jump into the Grandmaster difficulty this week. The Palindrome is one of the best 140 RPM hand cannons in the game, and it's definitely well worth the grind when jumping into the Nightfalls. Now another weapon on offer, one that's actually being rotated out of the game and will be unavailable as of the end of Season 15, is the Swarm Machine Gun. So if you haven't got a good roll on the Swarm up until now, this will be your last opportunity to get your hands on one before it gets added to the DCV at the end of this season. Now as well as those incredible weapons and the Proving Grounds Nightfall, we also see the Grandmaster Catchup node go live inside Destiny 2. So whether that's catching up to Earn Conqueror, Guild Conqueror, or even farm out Lake of Shadows for some amazing loot, all of that will be available to you upon this week's weekly reset. Now jumping over to Europa, we have a new Eclipse Zone for this week that can be found over in Eventide Ruins. So if you're still seeking out your augments way back from Beyond Light, then you'll need to head over there to find your target. The Empire hunt for the up and coming week is the Dark Priestess. So whether you're farming out the Cloud Strike Exotic Sniper Rifle or looking to earn some final pieces of Pinnacle loot before the end of the season, then make sure to head over there to get that Pinnacle challenge done. Alongside that we have a new Exo challenge. This is Simulation Survival. Once again a great source of Pinnacle loot, but first make sure to fully upgrade your Sabotage quests over at Varix on Europa 2 to get both of those challenges done. Now next up we have the Lost Sectors, and these are for Tuesday the 1st of February only, and both of these Lost Sectors, the Legend and Master, can be found over on the Moon. Now the Legend Lost Sector can be found over at K1 Revelation, and this will be offering exotic helmets. So if you're chasing down a new Precious Scars, Mask of Baccharis, or even a Dawn Chorus, then be sure to head over there to get your chance. Now as for the Master Lost Sector, this can be found over in the K1 Crew Quarters. Now if you can complete this will be offering an opportunity of exotic chess pieces. So whether you're looking for a new Crest of the Falling Star, Omni Oculus, or the Mantle of Battle Harmony, then be sure to head over to the Crew Quarters to get your chance. Now moving on from the Lost Sectors and on to one of the most important parts of the week, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 24 of Season of the Lost. Now this week's inventory is heavily themed around the Lunar New Year, and alongside that we have a new cosmetic set. This is called the Eye of the Tiger, and this includes a new exotic ship, an exotic sparrow, and also an exotic ghost. So if you're looking to celebrate the Lunar New Year in style, then you can pick that up for silver as part of the Lunar New Year celebration. And moving over to the Bright Dust section, we have an exotic emote called the Origami Crane. This was introduced in Season 9 as part of Season of Dawn. So if you'd like to make a wish and let it fly, then you can pick this up this week for 3,250 Bright Dust. Alongside that we have the Tourist Exotic Ghost Shell, and this was introduced back in the Season of the Chosen. So if you missed out on it way back then, you can pick it up this week for 2,850 Bright Dust. This is alongside the Lunar Tiger Projection, a ghost projection for this year's Lunar New Year celebration. It is the Year of the Tiger, so if you want to pick this one up, this will set you back 1,500 Bright Dust. Next up we have the Grayscale Undergrowth. This was also introduced in Season 9, so if you missed out on it way back then in Season of Dawn, you can pick it up right now for 300 Bright Dust. Over in the main Bright Dust store we have an exotic emote called Festive Sparks. This was introduced in Season of the Chosen as well, so if you missed out on it last season, you can pick it up this week and it will set you back 3,250 Bright Dust. Next up we have exotic armor ornaments, and these will vary from class to class depending on which class you visit Tess with. We have the Leering Marrow, the Hunter ornament for the Omni Oculus exotic chess piece. This was available previously for silver, but you can pick it up this week for 1,500 Bright Dust. This is alongside the Alighted Steps, a Titan ornament for the Path of the Burning Steps. Once again available previously for silver, but can also be picked up for 1,500 Bright Dust. And the final armor ornament is the Rosend Drone. This is for the Mantle of Battle Harmony, and once again will set you back 1,500 in Bright Dust. Next up we have the Lambton Exotic Ghost Shell, introduced back in Season 9 and is perfect for the Lunar Celebration. You can pick it up this week for 2,850 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Taurus Firecracker, an exotic sparrow that was introduced in Season of the Chosen and can be picked up once again for 2,500 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Taurus Rocketeer, an exotic ship which completes that cosmetic set, and this will set you back 2,000 Bright Dust this week. The penultimate item on offer is the Lantern Ghost Projection, perfect for this week's Lunar Celebration, and this will set you back 1,500 in Bright Dust. And the final item on offer this week is the Spark from Bone, and this is an exotic weapon ornament for the Trinity Ghoul exotic bow. Now this was originally available for 700 silver, but can be picked up this week for 1,250 Bright Dust. So there we have it, guys, a good look at everything that you can expect from this week in Destiny. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.